Welcome to the Setiba Medical Spa podcast. Setiba Medical Spa offers aesthetic and wellness services located in Westlake Village, California. We offer state-of-the-art treatments which are administered by our professional team of highly experienced and licensed practitioners.
Hi everyone, this is Emilia, CEO and founder of Setiba Medical Spa. Thank you for joining us today for another episode for aesthetics and non-surgical treatments. And today's episode is dedicated to one of our popular treatments, which is Morpheus 8 from Enmod, and we have Sam Cooper from Enmod. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you for having me, Amelia.
Of course.
My name's Sam Cooper. I'm a director for InMode. InMode is the manufacturer of Morpheus 8, which is the treatment that we're going to talk to you all about today. Morpheus 8 is offered at Setiba Medical Spa, and it's one of the most popular aesthetic treatments that's available on the market.
Very good, very good. We love Morpheus 8. All of our patients, they love Morpheus 8. When they do the treatment, they go and come back with another friend or family member to do the treatment. Can you tell us about Morpheus 8 and what it does?
Yeah. Morpheus 8 is the combination of radio frequency with microneedling. Some people are familiar with microneedling without radio frequency treatments on the market. These are mainly microneedling pins. These come from ancient Chinese acupuncture, where we make mechanical injuries to the skin with needles to stimulate the production of new collagen and elastin, which are the building blocks of skin. Likewise, there are radio frequency devices that don't use microneedling. So these are focused on making a thermal injury to the skin. Same idea, that they create new collagen and elastin. So Morpheus 8 is just simply the combination of these two things. So when we combine two great treatments, we get one very good treatment.
Great result. Magic
Yes.
of non-surgical treatments.
Yes.
Tell me which areas on the body we can do Morpheus 8.
We can pretty much treat anywhere on the body or the face. So it's mainly used on the face and the neck. But anywhere on the body where there's loose skin or unwanted body fat, we can treat those areas too.
Very good. Does it help with cellulite?
Absolutely. So the main causes of cellulite are fat bulging on the underside of the skin, loose skin that doesn't support the fat underneath, and then loose connective tissue. So connective tissue is what tethers the muscle to the underside of the skin. So those are three problems, and we actually treat all three of those issues with the Morpheus 8. So it really helps with the appearance of cellulite.
Very good, very good. You mentioned that Morpheus 8 gets rid of fat on the stomach. And there are different devices that removes fat, but none of them does skin tightening at the same time. So with Morpheus 8, you can get rid of the fat and it does the skin tightening at the same time. So it does two treatments in one,
Yes, exactly.
which is a plus.
Absolutely.
All right. Who is a good candidate for Morpheus 8?
Well, number one thing that Morpheus treats is loose skin. So if anyone that has loose skin and doesn't want to have something like surgery, they would be a great candidate for the Morpheus 8. We kind of say that plastic surgeons are like a tailor for your birthday suit. So they cut out skin and leave a seam, which would be a scar. And I think of Morpheus 8 like the laundromat. So we are heating up skin as much as possible to tighten it without removing any of it. So yeah, anyone that has loose skin, that they'd be a great candidate for this. Also, anyone that has textural issues of the skin, for example, things like acne scarring, surgical scarring like a C-section scar, or stretch marks. And then some other things that it treats are active acne and cystic acne. So it can ablate or shrink sebaceous glands that cause active acne. So we can make those glands inactive for about 6 to 9 months. Another thing that it treats as well is hyperhidrosis, which is excessive sweating that is caused by overactive apocrine and eccrine glands, which are sweat and malodor glands in the armpits, hands, or feet. So if you're someone that suffers from hyperhidrosis. I know myself, I have sweaty hands sometimes, so it's been an amazing treatment for me.
It works very well. It works very well for patients that they exercise a lot. They're competing for bodybuilding. They come and they do it on their palms. Works very well.
Absolutely.
How many percent reduction do you think they're gonna get?
In hyperhidrosis,
Yes.
so we say number one that the results are semi-permanent, which basically means that the results will last a long time, but there's always the chance that it could come back. But for the most part, for most patients, the results will last at least 1 year, and they'll get about a 60 to 80% reduction in sweating and malodor, which is significant.
Very, very. And after that, they can do, I would say, once a year as a maintenance.
Exactly. Once a year maintenance.
Okay, very good, very good. How long the results for the face and neck last?
Great question. Same thing as well, with skin tightening in particular, we can turn back the clock, but we can't slow the speed of the clock moving forward. So what you can expect is that the results are going to last about 2 to 3 years. But you can do a package of the three treatments 1 month apart as much as every year. And one thing that we like to point out is that, collagen works like a bank account, and you can become a collagen millionaire. So it's really important to keep up with good skincare and using treatments like this that use radio frequency and microneedling to build up your collagen bank account.
I love you said skincare. It's very important because we do all of these treatments. They're amazing. The results are very good, but it's important for patients to use skincare at home.
Absolutely.
At what age can we start doing Morpheus 8?
Morpheus 8 can be done by practically any age. But, so for example, younger patients that might have things like active acne and acne scarring, we can use Morpheus 8 to treat those patients. Middle-aged patients that have things like loose skin, stretch marks, surgical scars on the body, we can use that to treat them. And then even older patients that, have a lot of loose skin, that just simply don't want surgery, we can use it for them as well. So it's practically good for any or for any age range, which is a great thing.
It is amazing. And can we do it on any skin type?
Yes. So one thing about the industry of energy-based devices or devices that use things like laser or radio frequency is that a lot of them are not safe on all skin types. You do run the risk with a lot of machines and treatments of what we call PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or the skin changing color. One of the great things about Morpheus is that the way that it's designed is that it is safe on all skin types. So there's a Fitzpatrick scale of skin types from 1 to 6. So it's good for all 6 of those skin types.
That is amazing. So it's colorblind. We
Yes.
can do on every skin type the treatment.
Yes.
Very good. And how do we prepare patients for the treatment when they come in?
Yeah. So one thing to know about the Morpheus is that it's not a walk in the park in terms of pain, but it's not unbearably painful where you won't want to do it again. So in preparation for that, one of the things that we do is we use a topical numbing cream on the skin. So we numb with lidocaine and tetracaine, which are numbing agents, for about 45 minutes before you do the procedure. That really reduces the amount of pain that's associated with the procedure. And then you can also use things like self-administered nitrous oxide or laughing gas to help with things like anxiety.
For sure. We do provide laughing gas at the office, and the numbing cream that you mentioned, definitely we use that. And we sometimes inject lidocaine for clients to make them more comfortable during the treatment.
Right.
And everyone is different. Some patients, they say they're okay even after 30 minutes numbing. They're okay with the treatment. And some patients are more sensitive.
Right.
But with the team that we have, we walk them through and they finish the treatment and they come back and they finish the whole package.
Right.
So I tell them, when you're doing a Morpheus 8 for those patients that they think it's a little bit uncomfortable, I tell them it's like you're giving birth to a child. And you say at that time, this is the last time I'm not going to get pregnant. And like 2 years later or a year later, you're on the same bed giving birth to another child. So the result is so good that you're going to come back for another treatment.
Absolutely. And I would say another thing too is to, when you're looking for a treatment like this, to make sure that you're going to an experienced provider of the treatment, like Setiba Medical Spa. They've done hundreds, if not thousands, of these treatments. So they have a lot of experience with managing the pain that's associated with the treatment.
Thank you. It's very important, and thanks to you guys because of the training and the support of the company and mod. We really appreciate it. I don't think any company can have that support for their customers and for providers.
I agree.
Um, is NMOD Morpheus 8? Is it FDA approved?
Yes, Morpheus 8 is FDA approved, and it's specifically indicated for the treatments that we talked about today, including skin tightening and skin remodeling, and the other categories that we spoke about.
Of course. Sam, can we talk about pricing for Morpheus 8? We have patients that they call and they say there is an office that they're charging, for example, $500 per treatment. And of course, we're charging more than that. Okay, we are charging, for example, for full face and neck with the aftercare, 1100. What do you if I'm a patient and I come to you and I'm saying that there is another office they're charging 500 and you are charging me 1100, what's the difference?
Yeah,
Why?
great question. I get this question all the time. Something that's very important to evaluate when an office is quoting you on the price of a treatment is what all that you're getting with the treatment. So it's very important to know, the area, the number of treatments that you're getting, things like that. Another thing, then, this is probably the most important thing, is to really understand the level of service that you're getting with the treatment. So we kind of have a saying in our industry that the most expensive treatment that you can get is a treatment that you have to get twice. This sort of treatment is something that is both a science and an art. So the art behind it is that the provider or the person that's doing the treatment has to have a lot of experience with the device and a lot of experience with doing the treatment in order to ensure that you're getting the best results. So sometimes it really is worth it to pay more to go to a more experienced provider in order to ensure that you're getting the good results and the good service that you need.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very important to go to someone who they are experienced. They know what they're doing. Okay, so we talk about Morpheus 8 helps with skin tightening, rejuvenation, minimize the pores, acne, fat reduction, contouring the face. So tell me about side effects.
Yeah, so what you can expect after the procedure is a little bit of erythema and edema, which is redness and swelling. So the redness usually lasts for a couple hours after the treatment, and then the swelling usually lasts for a couple days after the treatment. But normally, after 2 full days after you get the treatment, there should be no visible signs that you had anything done. That's a little bit of an anomaly in our industry because most of the time, when you expect really good results, that also comes with a lot of downtime. So this is kind of the best of both worlds where you can get a really good result without a lot of downtime, mainly just 1 or 2 days of social downtime.
Definitely. And sometimes they can get a little bit of bruising because these are needles that we are using. And we recommend patients, if they get bruised easily, to take arnica pills 1 week before your treatment. If you're taking fish oil, stop taking it. And with the arnica gel after the treatment, so they will be okay with the bruising as well.
Right.
So after Morpheus 8, we recommend our patients to use anti-age aftercare.
Great product.
Thank you. So beside that, what do you think the aftercare should be for our patients?
Yeah, so for the 2 days after the treatment, there's a couple things to avoid. One is to avoid direct sunlight for 24 to 48 hours. So just make sure that you stay out of the sun. Another thing to avoid is applying makeup on the area that we treated. So, for example, if we treated the cheeks, don't put any makeup in that area. But if we didn't treat around the eyes, then you can put makeup on that area. Other things to avoid are strong exfoliants like retinols, and then avoid things like hot showers. So just try to avoid any thermal or mechanical damage to the area for 48 hours after the treatment.
Any product that irritate the skin or like exercising that they sweat, it irritates the skin. So we want
Exactly.
to avoid that.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today on this week's episode of the podcast discussing non-surgical aesthetic treatments. Amelia, I had a great time talking to you about Morpheus 8. It's my absolute favorite treatment to talk about. I know that the ladies at Setiba Medical Spa do a great job with their patients there.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow Setiba Medical Spa on Instagram, and listen to this podcast on whatever platform that you use for your podcast. Thank you, everyone.